right, guys, I got this box here yesterday from lensrentals.com, and that means it's a happy day. Actually, it means it's a happy week because I rented everything for a week. Even the tape says that it's happy. It says, release the happy. What is in here? Let's see what's inside. As I'm seeing what's inside, I want to talk about real quick, is it worth renting equipment? When should you rent equipment, and what are the pros and cons? Because I've actually thought about this before. I'll be honest, I haven't rented much equipment. I usually just do a ton of research on YouTube, and then I usually purchase. So there's definitely one use case where renting is a no-brainer, and that's when you need a piece of equipment that you know you do not want to make a part of your everyday kit. Or maybe you want to, but it is obviously not feasible from a price standpoint. Perfect example of this, a few years ago, I rented a 400mm 2.8 to shoot a Cubs game, thanks to Vincent Puglisi and our sports photography course for parents. And I knew that was a once in a lifetime thing, 400mm 2.8 must have, but that is like $12,000, $14,000 to buy new. Couldn't justify buying it because I knew I wouldn't use it much day to day. Renting is perfect for that. But what about all those times when you're trying to audition, try out a piece of equipment that you really do want to keep? In the past, I've always thought, I don't really want to spend a couple $100 or a few $100 renting it. I would rather just put that $200 towards owning it. And that's always kind of been a hang up for me. See, the problem is you could buy it outright and then use it. And you might be able to use it for a couple weeks or up to a month, whatever the return policy is from wherever you bought it. And then if you don't want to keep it, you could return it. But the moment you open that box and say you return it because it's not for me, there's nothing defective, now you have to pay a restocking fee. That restocking fee is always a percentage of the purchase price, and it usually ends up being more expensive than just renting the gear for a week or maybe even 2 weeks. So now we're kind of back at this like, well, I might as well rent. What would be cool is if I could rent it and then apply that rental cost towards purchasing. What would be even cooler is if I could get a discount on the piece of gear that I'm renting since it's a rental piece of gear, meaning slightly used but well taken care of. And guys, that is exactly what is possible with the Lens Rentals Keeper program. So this is such a smart program, and here's why. First of all, you save money by buying used. Now I know a lot of people don't want to buy used because they want the manufacturer's warranty and they want the brand new box. If they sell it later, they get the box. You can get an extended warranty through CPS if you want it. You do have a 14-day return. And third, Lens Rentals will send you a brand new box so that you can have the original box of the lens. So this is awesome. So you're already starting at a used price, but it's inspected. More than that, you get to inspect it because you get to use it. Whenever you buy used from Facebook Marketplace or eBay, there's no return policy, and you just gotta hope that it matches the description, but you don't get to return it. This is the best of all worlds. Plus, you will get to apply your rental credit, 100% if it's up to 7 days, towards the purchase price. So if I rented all this, whatever's in this box, for a few $100, I now get to apply that few $100 towards the cost of used gear. So now it's pretty much a no-brainer no matter what. If you just want to try out gear, use lensrentals.com. If you don't like it, you send it back. Now you've saved a lot of money. If you do like it, you keep it, and you've still saved a lot of money. That's all I have to say about that. Let's see what's inside. So first of all, how about the unboxing experience from Lens Rentals? You get a box, and then you get a box, like one of these boxes that floats in the ocean and that you can run over with like a truck. So cool. So I'm gonna open this up here. I rented 2 things, and I love how they put those 2 things in this little kit. And look at this. Now we've got like a little bag that I can take with me on my shoot. Because, you know, I've got a bag that's already full with my everyday kit, but now I got a bag I can just take with me, and let's see what's in here. Uh-oh, first of all, this is so cool. We have a little cheat sheet for the Canon R5 and R6. So that's the first thing. We got a battery. First thing, I haven't seen this yet. I haven't pulled this out at all, but here's the R6 right here. Got the camera strap on it, ready to roll. Battery. So that's cool. And then the second thing, I can't wait to see this. Oh my gosh. This is the 28 to 70 f2.0. At first I was gonna rent the 15 to 35. I won't even go into that, but I thought, you know what? Let me just rent a lens that I think would be so fun to try out. I have watched maybe 20 reviews on this lens, and everyone says, and everyone has always said, even about the 70 to 200s, oh, they're so big, they're so heavy, and I've always been like, whatever, they're not gonna be that bad. This is absolutely enormous. I mean, look at the size of this thing. Well, let's do this. A little bit of a surprise here. Here is the Canon R5 with the brand new 70 to 200 RF version. And if I take off the lens hood here, check this out. I mean, this 28 to 70 is enormous. I've shot with it a little bit. There are reviews coming. Obviously, a lot of this is in for reviews. And I'm gonna leave it at this. I'm gonna say it for now that there's a lot coming, but I wanna open this up to you guys. I need some help. Let me know what you wanna see, what you wanna hear, what your questions are. I'm gonna try and put these lenses through the paces in these bodies over the next week. Shoot a lot around the house, maybe a baseball game, maybe a portrait session, and I'll let you know what I think. I know that I need to compare the R5 and the R6. I know that I need to compare the R6 to the now 2 or 3 year old Sony a7 III, which is like $2,000, $2,500. I know I need to compare these two. How's that work? And you know, honestly, I don't have like the 24 to 70 to compare this to, but I'll just kind of give a hint of where I'm going with this. To me, guys, the 24 to 70, I've had that in my kit for 20 years because it's such a versatile lens. Like if you shoot events, you have to have it. But I always and many of you know this, I always just thought it was such a boring lens. Like you had to shoot with it because you had to. But it's just boring. There's nothing special about it, like no character in the image. It's just kind of boring. And I'm interested to see what happens with this. Are we just gonna have more bokeh because of the 2.0? Or is it going to render the image a little bit different? Is it gonna have that special look, something a little bit extra? How's it gonna draw the scene? What is 35 and 50 going to be? Is this crazy to buy at $3,000 if you could just get a 35 prime and a 50 prime and then maybe an 85 prime? But then you don't have the conveniences. Oh man, there's so much to learn. So I'm gonna have my hands full, but I do want you to tell me what you want to hear and what you want me to research for you while I have this. So leave a comment below. All right, last thing is this, back to lens rentals. If you would like to receive 15% off of your next lens rentals rental and or purchase if it ends up happening that way, click on the link in the description below and use coupon code SPS15. All right guys, that is it for this time. I'm grateful for you all. Keep doing good things.